everyone. Happy Monday evening. How are we doing? Yes, it is the famous Minty. What can I say? I'm here again. I'm back. How are you guys doing? How was your weekend? Hope y'all are doing good. You're gonna have to bear with me for a second. I'm eating my dinner still. I'm eating dinner. Today I am having pasta, like a creamy kind of pasta. And it's got some like shrimpies and bacon and like kind of spicy corn. And let me tell you something, it is bussin'. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I wish I could share this with y'all. Yes, we are. We're driving the buses. Who's driving this bus? We are. Straight to Mamen's kitchen. So that she can bless you all with this delicious pasta. Oh my god, it's like really good. It has like all the things I like. Like pasta, cheese, shrimpies, bacon, corn. You really can't go wrong. Ah! Thanks for the hydrate. And have sweet tea. Drink the pasta. I mean, I can slurp it. That's not very polite, though. In some cultures it is, though. But, you know. No. Hold on. Let me load in. Because... Oh yes, is this one, right? Yeah, that one. Because we have some exciting scenarios to do today. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get through them all. We're gonna try our best though, but I don't want to rush, of course. But, yeah, I think we're gonna do family next, then dinner, then wave, and then, last but not least, the road trip. I have a sneaking suspicion that the road trip is gonna be the best one. Also, I'm really sorry. I'm trying to not talk with my mouth full, but I still am. Thank you for the posture check. It's because I'm eating shrimpies, isn't it? You don't want me to shrimp back. Okay, I guess. I guess that's fine. I'll sit up straight. Ugh. Oh my god. Seriously, this pasta's so good. I know I keep saying that, but it's like really freaking good. I'm gonna have to make this. Recreate it sometime. Huh? Oh yeah, and I forgot to say it's got red pepper flakes on it too. We be loving a little spice. Miss Ping. Hi, honey. Hi, honey. You know you're gonna have to get off my desk, right? Miss Ping. Please relinquish my napkin. Thank you. Alright. I guess you can sit over there, that's fine. Miss Bing's making herself comfortable. Off to the side. I suppose it can go on for a while. Since I'm just eating anyway. But anyway, yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything interesting going on, but not really. Today's gonna be a busy week. We're gonna have like a lot of visitors. All right, Poppin, thank you for the lurk. Yes, let me nom nom nom. But yeah, we're gonna have a lot of visitors at work, so fun. I don't hate it when we have visitors, but it's stressful, you know? So, we're gonna try our best to get through it. At least we have stream to help, you know? Okay, I'm almost done. Maybe you're getting, like bowl scraping ASMR. Oh yeah, you are. That's definitely going through. Well, I don't know what this dish is called, but it is a HelloFresh recipe. So if you see a HelloFresh recipe with spaghetti, corn, bacon, shrimp, and a little cheese, get it. Highly recommend. Because it is like so good. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. This week's gonna be relatively uneventful, I think. At work, I mean. Having the visitors is gonna be the only thing, really. And I think we should be done with that after Wednesday. So, we just gotta get to there, you know? And then after Wednesday, we can celebrate by driving our truck. Ah, okay. Done. Miss Bing, I know you want to lick the bowl, but you can't, okay? I literally just gave you food. You're staring at it. You're staring down at it longingly. You know? You don't want to eat that? Maybe? I swear, she's such a nut. All right, we're about ready. Sorry for the delayed start, you know. Gotta get our nutrition. Gotta get our energy up because I will be punching the air because of this game. It is absolutely destroying me. It's just too cute. It's too wholesome, it's too cute. I simply cannot. So, we need some energy for it. All right. Let's jump into family. All right, here we go. Let me get my narration voice on, you know. The sun warmed your skin from its place in the sky, and you closed your eyes, enjoying the mix of the heat with the pleasant breeze that drifted past you. You and Lee had spread out a blanket on top of one of the hills behind your house and had been relaxing there for a while now. Wait, who's Lee? Oh, wait, Lee's the girl, right? My cousin or something, I think. All right, Lee had come over earlier in the day, and while a range of activities had been discussed, from staying home to heading down to the beach, a picnic on the hill had been the choice you both settled on. A small spread was laid out in front of you. Some bottled water, soft drinks, as well as chips and sliced fruit. Oh. fruit sounds so good. You sat up and reached for a snack, listening to Lee talk away about the musical she had gotten to see a few days ago. She's so cute. It was unbelievable. There was singing, dancing, and crazy stunts, and it was all done live right in front of my face. Maybe one day we could go together. I've got to see more shows like that. You smiled at Lee's enthusiasm, knowing how much she enjoyed singing and performing. And she was good at it too. You had gotten the chance to hear her sing a couple of tunes, and you knew she put a lot of effort into it. You also liked to sing, but you weren't very good and had talent of your own. Yeah, we like it, but we're not the best. That didn't stop you from doing it, though. I wonder if maybe we could put on our own show? Think of how fun it'd be. We could perform for our parents and ask our friends and some other people to come and watch too. It'd totally work. I have stage fright, yeah, I don't know about that. But wouldn't showing off to everybody be fun? The thought of an audience made you feel queasy. Me. Definitely me, yep. Not really.
Are you sure?
Are you really super sure? You have so many skills you could show off to the masses. I'd rather do something else, I think. Lee seemed a little disappointed, but she nodded and respected your wishes all the same. Thank you, Lee. I appreciate that. What did you have in mind? The two of you lay back on the blanket and lazed in the sun, throwing ideas back and forth on what you could fill your time with. The beach was nearby, so you could go swimming or collect seashells, or find something to do back home after all. In the end, nothing was tempting enough to move you from your current position, so you continued chatting with Lee and nibbling on your snacks while the sun traveled in the sky overhead. So, how are your neighbors doing? You haven't spoken about them lately. You knew Lee wasn't talking about neighbors generally, or down the street. She wanted to hear about the Holdens across the road. It was no secret that she liked to keep up to date on what was happening with them, or more specifically, Cove. There weren't many other people your age around to talk about. They're great. Kind of. That's exactly what I thought you'd say. Lee gave you a knowing look, and your face flushed with heat. So does she know? Lee loved to chat about others' relationships, and would always ask for the details on people you both knew. Hey, did you want to see if Cove would join the picnic? I like it being just us sometimes. Lee lit up, her smile spreading across her face. Yeah, we're the best. Yeah. The sun slowly began to set, the sky turning a rosy pink and then warm orange. It's too bad Derek isn't in the neighborhood today. I like him. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's a good person. I knew you'd think so. But speaking of boys we like, what's the relationship status between you and Cove? Is it good? I don't know. Is it good? I don't know. I'll just blush, I guess. I don't know. Ooh, you're bright red. I guess it's very good. But like, really, are you gonna be telling him you have a crush on him anytime soon, or what? I'm pretty sure he already knows. Pretty sure isn't sure. You should declare it to him. You mumbled something incoherent, and she gave you a pointed look. You know that he has a crush on you too. It's obvious for him. It's obvious for you. Why not just do it? You didn't say anything, wondering about the possibilities instead. I mean, she's got a point. She do be having a point, though. The two of you talked a little more about Cove amongst other topics, and you found that it was nice having someone to speak with about these sorts of things. Lee seems so nice. I'm so glad we have her. Finally, you both decided to pack everything up and head back home for the evening. Oh, why do they look angry? Upon walking through the front door, you were met by your moms and Elizabeth hovering around each other in the living room. What? Tension hung thick in the air as the three of them turned to you and Lee, frowning slightly. You had interrupted something. Exactly what, you weren't sure. Who died? I don't think I'm gonna jump to that. What's going on? Your moms looked at each other, wondering which one of them was going to speak first. Eventually, Mom cleared her throat and spoke.
Oh.
We're just having a talk with your sister. The room fell quiet again, with no one quite knowing what to say. You felt incredibly awkward, but the silence didn't last long. You don't have to stop just 'cause those two are here. There's no reason to try keeping it a secret. Elizabeth was mad, with her arms folded defensively over her chest, but your moms nodded in agreement with her.
Well...
Elizabeth was asking about her parents, her biological ones. The world spun around you at the news. You couldn't understand. Why was this happening now? When you glanced at Lee, she shuffled her feet uncomfortably, as though she didn't know if she should be there or not anymore. You didn't know either. Your moms had always been open and honest about the fact that neither of them had given birth to you or your sister, but the details hadn't been fully explained before. It made sense that Elizabeth didn't know a lot about her biological parents and wanted to know more. You just hadn't ever thought you'd accidentally stumble into it. Elizabeth looked at your parents expectantly. She wasn't going to let the unintentional interruption derail things. We don't want to keep that information from either of you. It's your right to know your past, but we did want to wait until you asked us to hear yourselves. Well, it's happening now, so... Your moms shared a nervous glance, and Ma took in a quick breath before speaking again. I adopted you from the Philippines when you were just a baby. Elizabeth dropped her arms, her eyebrows shooting upwards in surprise. Wait, I wasn't born here?
No.
No, you weren't. You could clearly see that your sister was appalled by this information. You struggled even more with what to do or how to react. Am I gonna have to pass some tests to even be a citizen?
No.
You were adopted into the country. We took care of things. You're already a citizen. You have nothing to worry about. I followed all the laws when it came to bringing a child into the US. Nothing can be held against you. Elizabeth sighed, placated with the information but still far from happy. Who are my parents, as people? Why did they put me up for adoption in the first place? Ma softly puts her hand over Elizabeth's shoulder, trying to provide some support before she gave her the answer.
I'm so sorry.
Oh. Your parents were reported to have died. They didn't go into details on the specifics of how, but you were an orphan. I wish we had better news for you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth was torn between emotions, her eyes filled with tears as she threw her hands in the air, settling on enraged. Great! So I can never meet them, even if I wanted to. Not that I could have anyway, since they lived in another part of the world when they were still alive. Elizabeth turned her back on you and your moms and stormed off, sprinting up the stairs and to her room before anyone could stop her. I have to go and talk to her. Ma immediately started to follow her, but Mom gently held her by the arm and shook her head. We should give her a little space to process it all. Your ma's head hung low, but she stopped walking. With Elizabeth now gone, the two of them seemed to remember you, and Lee were still standing awkwardly off to the side. I'm sorry you had to see all that. It's not how I expected it would have happened when the time came. But since it's the topic of the day, Minty, is there anything you'd like to ask? You deserve to know, after all. Lee patted your back and gave you a supportive look. I want to know. Your parents nodded in sync to your reply, ready to talk. I can leave if you want to have things be private. I want you to be here. I can do that. Lee, you're a queen. Lee shifted a little closer to you in support, and you were glad to have her there with you. It made you feel a little stronger somehow. You turned to face your parents again, preparing yourself for what they were about to tell you. Ma was the first to speak, her voice quivering with emotion. Oh, Ma. You were adopted as a baby, but 2 years after Elizabeth. We used a different organization that time, and you were adopted within the US. We're sorry to tell you, Minty, your parents had also passed away, and no other family member took you in, if there were any. That's why we wanted to wait until you asked. We didn't want to suddenly drop that in your lap. We wanted you to be prepared.
I'm sorry.
We're sorry, Minty. Lee gave you a reassuring squeeze on the arm to show you she was there for you. Huh? Thank you for telling me. I did want to know, and now I do. Thank you for listening, Minty. If there's anything else you want to know, all you have to do is ask. We'll do our best to answer any questions you have.
Are you okay?
How are you feeling now? Are you going to be okay? Lee watched you closely, as though judging how exactly she should react to what was going on. You cry a little. A lump formed in your throat just as warm tears started falling over your cheeks. You wiped them away with the back of your hand, sniffling quietly. No one seemed to have any words after that. Oh, I don't know. I mean, in terms of like wanting content with Cove, I want to go see him, but I also feel like it would be good to stay with my moms. But also, maybe Cove would get it, you know, in a way. Like, our situations are very different with our parents, but I think he would understand, you know. I want to see Cove. We'll go see Cove. More than anything, in that moment, you wanted to see Cove. No one could be there for you the way he could. Exactly. You turned on your heel without another word and headed towards the front door. Lee's footsteps echoed from behind, and you knew she was following you. I guess ask her to stay? Oh, okay. I'll wait for you here, but I really hope you'll be alright, Minty. Once outside, you strode across the street purposefully, Cove's house set in your sights. I hope he's there! After you raised a hand to knock on the door, it only took a few moments for Mr. Holden to answer it, giving you a broad smile. Cliff's face suddenly fell. He could tell something was wrong, but he didn't say anything else. Instead, he looked back towards the hallway, where you knew Cove's room was located. Oh. Cove! Minty's here! After calling for his son, he turned back to you with an encouraging thumbs up. He won't be long. Aww, so sweet. As promised, it didn't take long before footsteps echoed down the hall, and Cove's head of green hair appeared before you all. He looked ahead to see you standing there, and when his eyes widened, you guessed he had noticed you'd been crying. Minty? Ah! Oh god. Okay, I'm fine. Everything's fine. Cove pushed past his dad to stand with you outside the door, watching you with concern etched all over his face. You kids be safe. If you need anything, you know where to find me. He gave you a kind smile before softly shutting the front door, giving you some privacy. Cove stepped closer still and spoke cautiously. My parents are dead. I don't think we should. He's gonna think we're talking about our moms. I don't think I should say that. We'll say that there's a lot going on right now. I kind of thought so. Do you want to tell me more? My parents, from before my mom's, died when I was a baby. Moms didn't say how. Maybe they don't know. But there wasn't any other family I could live with, so that's why I got adopted. Without having to say anything else, Cove reached out and pulled you into a tight embrace, his familiar warmth enveloping you. I'm sorry, Minty. His words were whispered comfortingly. Why is this so hard to say? Into your shoulder. I cry. Oh, I cry. You pressed your face into the crook of his neck, unable to stop the tears. The hold he had on you tightened. Can we talk somewhere else? You felt uncomfortable huddling around the entrance of Cove's house. That feeling didn't seem to be a problem, though. Yeah. Cove took you by the arm and encouraged you along behind him. You followed without protest. You headed towards the hills, where you and Lee had spent the majority of your day. Things seemed to be so different then, only a couple hours ago, and you wondered how everything had changed so drastically. You took a seat in the grass beside Cove, who bent his legs and rested his arms on them before he turned to you again. Can you explain everything to me? You nodded softly before taking in a heavy breath and launching into the story. Cove sat quietly and listened attentively, nodding every now and then or taking in a sharp inhale. It took a long time for you to relay the details. Dozens of stars were pinpointed in the sky as the night wore on.
Poor Lee, is she still waiting for us? Oh god.
Silence settled between you as Cove sat quietly for a moment, contemplating everything you had said. When he finally spoke, his voice was quiet, drifting through the night towards you. Minty.
I'm so sorry.
I'm really sorry about what happened to your parents. So sorry. He stopped suddenly and took in a deep, shaky—
Oh god. Oh god, Cove, don't cry. You're gonna make me cry more. Sheesh.
He stopped suddenly and took in a deep, shaky breath, and you got the impression he was struggling with what was right to say. I'm sad I'll never get to know them. I'll never find out what they're doing or what they're like as people. It's just all gone. Minty, you're not doing anything wrong. You know that, right? I think that you can be as sad as you want for as long as you need. Or you can feel okay about it whenever you want to. He sighed and ran a hand through his hair as he looked out over the ocean.
It's okay.
I guess what I'm trying to say is, whatever you feel about it is how you feel about it, and you don't have to force yourself to be different.
Cove! What a good friend. What a good man. Cove, why?
I'll say thank you. His words had made you feel better, and you knew it was true. You didn't have to apologize or make any excuses for the way you felt about it all. Cove smiled at you a little, and you could tell he was trying to be comforting. And your moms definitely don't. It doesn't matter if you're not blood related. You're definitely family. I can see that, and I hope you can too. You felt the reassurance in his eyes. You stayed up on the hill together a little longer, looking out over the ocean and the stars that shone brightly above it. After talking about the situation with someone who wasn't directly a part of it, you started to see things in a different light. Above all, you were glad to have Cove's support and to know you could count on him if you needed it. Hey! The sudden voice of your sister behind you made you jump. You saw her standing a little way away. She walked closer, and you didn't quite know what to do, or what she was planning on saying.
So?
Would you mind going? I want to talk to just Minty. You can come back. It's not going to be forever or anything. Cove seemed equal parts concerned and skeptical. Leaving now wasn't a concept that thrilled him. I think we need a private moment. If she wanted to talk to you in private, it was obviously about something important. You waited until the two of you were alone before fixing her with an inquisitive look. Elizabeth folded her arms, looking you over. Did moms tell you about your parents too?
My birth parents also died.
Elizabeth broke eye contact after that.
Sorry.
Why did you want to talk to me? Elizabeth raised an eyebrow at the question, as though the answer should be obvious. Beep, beep, beep! I was worried about you. I was the one who brought it up, but I made you deal with whatever was left when I was gone. She sighed, glancing upwards for a moment before settling on you once more. I wanted to ask you what happened with everyone breathing down our necks. Thank you for thinking of me, I think. She stuck her nose up a little at that, but her smile was soft. All of this, it upset me. She slipped back into a scowl. I'm sorry, Minty. It's a pretty depressing topic. Yeah. You have to be born in the US to become president. Oh, shit. What? You had never heard of that dream of hers before. She noticed your bafflement and continued. I get I was never gonna be president, but it just feels weird. Having stuff taken away, not even getting a chance at it. Have you remembered to snoop your the what? If not, it might be too... Hello? What? Uh-huh? You okay, Papa? Are you good? I don't like having to know that when I was born, I was gonna have a completely different life. So different I can't even think about what it'd look like in my head. I could have spoken another language, lived away from everything I've ever seen here, had someone else as my sibling. And then my parents died and I was adopted, and the life I got became a totally new thing forever. Literally. Confused noises. I don't think I am winning. I'm gonna be real honest. It's kind of sad right now. We're going through it, if you will. I mean, to be honest, I didn't even know we were adopted, because you know, like one of the moms could have been our biological mom. I didn't know. So not only do we find out we were adopted. Okay. Listen. Listen, Dad, listen. Listen, our parents are dead, okay? I don't think I can rave right now. Listen. Well, not only did we find out we're adopted, we found out our parents are dead. Our biological parents are dead, okay? And our sister, who's not our blood-related sister, was also adopted, and her parents are also dead. So, you know... Ooh, it's a little heavy. Being sad isn't swag, and we always have to be swag. I mean, you got a point there. You do got a point. All right, let me get a head pat. A head pat sounds good right now.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? Cove was really sweet. And Lee was very supportive. We have such good friends, you know? We do. We have such a good support system, so it's gonna be okay.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Listen, it's just a lot to be hit with all of a sudden, you know? One moment I'm out with Lee, my bestie, we're just hanging out, I'm telling her how much I like Cove, and then the next I go home and it's like, oh, hey, you're adopted and your parents are dead. Okay, thanks. Good to know. Okay, it's fine. Yeah. No! Bad! No! No! Now is not the time for a race. No! Sounds like a Law and Order episode. You know what? That's true. That's true. You know, we're living a Law and Order episode, and I don't know. That's probably a bad thing. That's probably pretty bad, actually. A lot of bad stuff happens to people in Law and Order episodes. Yeah. And then there's that noise. That's the bad stuff is about to happen noise, if you didn't know. All right. I guess we can rave. I guess we can rave a little bit. That's fine. I guess. I can't go back to what it was even if I wanted to. A heaviness settled between you and the person who became your sister. I feel like that too. I can't stop wondering what my life would have been like if I wasn't adopted. There are so many things that could have been different. Elizabeth watched you seriously. She was still trying to make sense of this to you and herself. I don't know why today was the day. Nothing came up to make me ask the question. It was just something I've had in my head for a while. When it was just me and Mom's in the living room, I just kind of said it finally, and there you go. She shifted from one foot to another, relaxing her stance just a bit. She also spoke more gently. Learning about them and what happened doesn't change how I feel about our family, Minty. She smirked, fixing you with sharp eyes. I'd already figured a long time ago that moms weren't our biological parents. That wasn't news. Oh, was I the only one that didn't know? Technically, one of them could have been related to you. Exactly. But I won't say that. It's fine. We don't have to point that out. Or it really doesn't change anything. Maybe that.
Yeah.
Nothing about the family I was first born in would have made me decide that this wasn't my family anymore. If you had hoped you'd be free of my big sisterly status, don't think you're so lucky. She bumped her shoulder against yours playfully, her lips tilted at the corners.
You'll always be my little sister.
Oh, Elizabeth. Give her a hug.
It took a few seconds, but she gave you a quick squeeze in return. Yeah, you'll always be my family too. Chuckling, she seemed pleased with how the conversation had gone in the end. Ready to go back home? It's been a long day. You gave her a nod.
Come on.
Come on, you two. Let's go. You walked home together in a comfortable silence down the well-worn street. The familiarity of it all felt nice. When you stepped through the door, you found your moms quietly sitting together at the kitchen table. Their heads snapped up and they got to their feet to meet you, Ma giving you a careful smile. We're so glad to see you. I say I'm sorry for walking away before. I didn't know it was gonna make me walk away without saying anything. That's all right, sweetheart. We're just happy to have you here again. Ma then came over and wrapped her arms around you and Elizabeth, giving you a tight hug. It didn't take long for Mom to join in, putting her arms around the both of you.
Love you.
Aw, we really couldn't have asked for better kiddos. We love you. More than we could ever say. We smiled. I love you too. It was a nice moment, and you enjoyed it for as long as you could. They both pulled back eventually and grinned at the two of you, and you knew then that you all had each other, and you always would. Hey, I hope you're all right. Poor Lee has been waiting here for us all day. Like we left when it was light outside, and she said she'd wait for us here, and she really did. Damn. Yeah, they're children. Yeah. Yeah, I think Elizabeth is 15 and me, Lee, and Cove are 13, I think. Yeah, we're kids. Yeah, we're kind of children. Yeah, that's the appropriate. That's the appropriate sound. It's okay. It's okay. You didn't know. You didn't know. Listen. It can get confusing with the Animu girls. Sometimes you can't tell. You know. It's okay. Oh dear Lord. Hey, I hope you're all right. Lee came up towards you, a soft smile plastered on her face. Are you okay, Elizabeth? Elizabeth rolled her eyes and huffed a breath. Oh my god, there's like something in my eye. It burns. It burns. Huh. Oh my god. Okay, Elizabeth rolled her eyes and huffed a breath, and you knew she wasn't used to showing her vulnerable side.
Fine.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry if I'm blinking a lot. My eye be burning. It be burning. I'm doing fine. Lee nodded, though you could tell she didn't quite believe her. Well now, since we're all here, oh my god, for real, why does it burn? I can't keep my eyes open. Hello? I get like freaking red pepper flake residue in my eyes? Ouch! Youchies. Ugh. Maybe I did. Ow, god, it really hurts. Okay, stop rubbing. No more rubbing, no more rubbing. Okay. Well now, since we're all here, how about we do something together as a family? That sounds like an excellent idea. Oh my god, I feel real, it hurts! Oh my god, every time I blink it burns! Hello? Help! I'm like crying! Okay, that sounds like an excellent idea. We should have some fun before the night's over.
Totally.
I love the sound of that. Yes, same. Okay. Ow, my eyes! What the fuck's happening? Cove looked a little bashful, likely over being included as a part of the family, but he tried not to pay much attention to it. Why not? He hid the smile that threatened to tilt your lips, knowing that Elizabeth must have been in a good mood if she hadn't even teased Cove for being part of it. Are the ones in the back over 22? I would assume so. They are our moms. I'd say there's a good chance over 22. Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say so, but here's the question. Ma or mom? Which one? Which one are you feeling? I still get them mixed up a little bit. I think Ma is the one with the purple hair and mom is the one with the bun. Personally, I think Ma for me. She's just, ooh, I mean, they're both pretty, but yeah, the purple hair, yeah. And her eyes. Ugh. And I think she has a nose ring, maybe? I mean, she's just she's that bitch, you know? She be that bitch. Anyway. And no matter what she could have said about it, you wanted him to be here. He was someone who was really important to you. Who's got a suggestion? It should be something we can do here in the house, with everyone in the same room. Yeah, 10 out of 10. I agree. I'm glad we're all on the same page here. We could just put on a movie. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
It's good to me.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Let's watch a movie. I'll cook up some popcorn. The rest of you can pick a movie. Your mom headed off to the kitchen, and Ma turned to face the rest of you. What do we have in mind? Everyone else can decide. I'll watch anything. Anything but drama. We don't need any more of that today. Maybe a comedy. How about that? Something make us smile and laugh, mayhaps? There were some chuckles at her joke, and you thought about what you would prefer to watch. Oh, here we go. Rom-com. Ooh, but I do be loving a horror movie. Action, family-friendly, a comedy would be great. But comedy is great for whenever you're feeling a little down. Some make you laugh. But I love a horror movie. I mean, I love comedy movies too, but decisions. Hey, yo. I mean, say. Except I don't really like rom-coms. I don't really like rom-coms too much, but that's fine. Okay, we're gonna do horror because I really do be loving a horror movie. Cool. Only rom-coms? Exactly. Exactly, Pavan. You get it. Perfect. With the basics settled, Ma took to sorting through the DVD collection. You didn't notice that Elizabeth was sidling up to you until she was right next to you, arm to arm. Since there's only so much room on the couch, I say it should go to Minty and I. This is our day. Wait, I want to sit with you too. I'm small. You won't even notice I'm here. Oh, oops. I didn't mean to do that. What'd she do? What'd she do? Elizabeth raised a skeptical eyebrow. Not so sure about that. Ma stood back up with a DVD in her hand and a smirk on her face. Oh, what's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? I want to sit with the cool kids too. Surely there's room for one more, right? It might be a tight fit, but we can make it work. You could tell that Ma was teasing, and Elizabeth rolled her eyes at where this was going. She had expected an easy victory. I bet you want to sit there too, huh, Cove? Ma tapped Cove on the shoulder. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me have some of my sweet tea. Oh, that's good stuff. Hey, you can hear the sippies. Can you hear it? It's all gone. Drinking ASMR. Now it's just like dry. Be quiet. No, it doesn't, Pavan. Why is it the first thing? Why is it the first thing I hear that? Because we're having a sippy. That was good shit. You're welcome, Gabu. You're welcome. You're welcome and welcome. Hope you're having a good day. This do be thirsty times. It do. It's so. Yeah, for sure. Of course we are. I'm stinky, remember? What do you think? Where do you think I got my stinky title from? Come on. I thought you knew me better than that, Gabu. I'm a little disappointed. Not gonna lie. And then you said ew? Well, that's just rude. Scared Nola comes by to say hi. Hi, Nola. Damn, did both of you just click in at a very sus time? You're shaking your toes? Oh, that's a talent. You know? Good for you. Ma tapped Cove on the shoulder with the DVD case. He blushed and dropped his gaze to the floor. I mean, we could. I also would feel shy being made the center of attention. I don't do good with that. I say as I stream and all attention is on me. It's different, okay? It's different. But I do want to sit next to Cove. I'd sue. Reading scary stories while being alone and without light was a really bad idea. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty bad idea, Nola, not gonna lie. Okay, you just made me think of though, have you guys, I know y'all have, if you guys use TikTok, have you ever had a moment where you get like a really scary TikTok? Like a jump scare one or one that's just like really creepy? And you always see them at night. Never do I ever see them when there's daylight. It's always at night. Like, how do they know? How does the algorithm know? That is my question. My neighbors are out for vacations. A really bad time. Oh no. Oh no, well, don't worry. You're not alone. We're here. So it's gonna be okay, you know? Except we're about to watch a horror movie in the game, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's gonna be okay. We're here for you. But I don't want to insult Lee or Elizabeth though. But I do want to sit next to Cove. I don't want to sound like I don't want to sit next to people though, but I just want to sit next to Cove. Whatever, we'll do it. Oh, she snorted. Elizabeth snorted from beside you, but you ignored it. Made Cove redden even more, and that was enough. Mom came back with a big bowl of fresh popcorn, and you inhaled the smell of the hot, salted snack. Actually, you know what? You know what? Lee wouldn't be offended. Lee wants us to get together, so it's fine. Lee understands. Lee is rooting for us. And our love, our young love. If something happens, I want you to remember the squid puns. I will. I promise. I will. Don't you worry. I will spread the squid puns to the whole world, you know? Don't you worry. I'll make it my life's mission. But it's gonna be okay, I promise. Nothing's gonna happen. All right, I'm watching over you. I'm right behind you. Mom came back with a big bowl of fresh popcorn, and you inhaled the smell of the hot, salted snack. What's the skinny? Huh? We all want to sit with Elizabeth and Minty, but there's not enough room on the couch. Mom took that answer in stride and pursed her lips thoughtfully.
Pickle.
That's definitely a problem. I suppose there's only one solution. Yep, that's me. Yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's just me. No worries. Yeah. Elizabeth and Minty. You sit inside the couch.
Huh?
Elizabeth and Minty will have to sit on the floor in front of the couch. That way, there's spots behind. Oh, I get what you mean, Pavan. I get what you mean. I get it. Or alternatively, I am the couch. Sit on me. I mean, what? Elizabeth and Minty will have to sit on the floor in front of the couch. That way, there's spots behind them. And on the floor at their sides.
Look at Elizabeth. She's like, what the fuck?
Oh, yes, that's fair.
Rude.
What? No! The whole point was us getting the couch to ourselves. That's the cost of popularity. Elizabeth groaned and crossed her arms over her chest in annoyance. Fine. Minty, you're with me in front. The rest of you can fend for yourselves. Eat inside the pillows? What? Eat? Ollie would though? Okay. If Ollie can take care of it, I think that's a deal. There was a mad dash as Mom and Lee raced for the couch behind you and Elizabeth. And Ma put the DVD in the player before joining them. Cove took a seat at your other side on the floor, giving you a small smile. All right, Nola. Well, thanks for stopping by. I promise everything's gonna be okay. I'm there watching over you. No worries. It's all gonna be okay, all right? It's all gonna be okay. Cove took a seat at your other side. Oh, yeah. Everyone soon quieted down, and the only sounds to be heard were of hands scooping up popcorn and munching it down as the movie began. In that moment, you couldn't have been more pleased to be a part of the family you had. Aww. All right, dinner. Let's do it. Oh, I should have saved. That's fine. It's fine. Sunlight shone through the windows as you sat in your living room, your home phone pressed to your ear. Cove was on the other end. It'd been shaping up to be an ordinary day like any other, until Cove had called unexpectedly. He sounded unusually nervous greeting you. Oh? You listened silently as he kept talking, his words stilted. So, I was just, wondering, do you want to come over to my house for dinner tonight? The question came out strangely. Almost like he'd rehearsed it a few times beforehand. That's so cute. Your eyes widened a little. You hadn't expected this to be the reason behind the call. Yeah, I'll go. It was, huh? Oh. Seemed that Cove still had more to say. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Cool. No, finish what you're saying. No. Your mom came to visit and scared. Oh, even better. You got Mom now. It's fine. It's good. It's all good. You know, your heart might be beating out of your chest, but it's totally cool. It's fine. It's great. It's gorgeous. It's amazing. Don't worry about it. I'm so sorry, Cove. I didn't mean to interrupt you. didn't mean to interrupt you. He stumbled for a bit, trying to gather his thoughts again. My mom and dad, they really want you to be there, if your parents don't have a problem with it. They asked me to ask you. You took a moment to think. Dinner at home would be quiet and uneventful today. If you really wanted to, you could go to Cove's instead. Cove spoke up again, breaking your thought train. His voice was softer than before.
Didn't even notice she entered. Oh god. That must have been quite the jump scare then.
Also, I want you to be there too. Can you? Come over, I mean? Yeah, I can come. Moms will say yes, it's fine. Thanks, Minty. I'll let them know when I can. He sounded noticeably relieved by your response. Was you coming over for dinner today that serious? He spoke to you for a little while longer to explain what time to come over and other details, then hung up. And that was that, for now anyway. Soon enough, the sun dipped out of the sky and evening came. It was time for you to head to Cove's house. After letting Elizabeth know you were leaving, she didn't look away from the TV, just grunted. You made the small journey across the street. You knocked a couple times on the heavy door of their condo. As you waited for an answer, you found yourself contemplating being a guest while both of Cove's parents were there. I'm a little nervous. You didn't know what to expect from this dinner party. You didn't get too much time with your thoughts, though. The door opened soon enough. Cove's mom, Kyra, stood in the frame, smiling warmly at you.
Come on.
Hey, Minty, welcome. Please, come on in. She opened the door wider and moved to make room. You stepped inside, allowing her to shut it behind you. Thanks so much for coming over. I know it was kind of last second. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Just make yourself at home. It's not my home, but I've been given permission to say that. Hey, Minty, welcome to our humble abode. You jerked your head towards the sound of Mr. Holden's voice. He waved at you briefly from the kitchen, with his back turned and a large spoon in hand. Hope you're hungry, because I'm whipping up a lot of tasty stuff. True to his word, you heard something sizzling on the stove. You closed your eyes and inhaled. It smelled spicy and savory. Ooh. With Mr. Holden busy, Cove nowhere to be seen, it was just you and Kyra. She gave you a wry smile. He sure is. Well, I've been barred from cooking the entire time I'm staying here. Can you believe that? She nudged you with an elbow. Mr. Holden scoffed good-naturedly, then spoke from over his shoulder. You're on vacation, Kyra. You need to accept that already. She yelled back, amusement obvious on her face and in her tone. People still cook when they're on vacation. Everyone's gotta eat. It's not like I'm some celebrity who can go out for every meal or hire a private chef.
Sorry.
Well, in this house, you're a VIP. Kyra smiled and shook her head quietly. Then she turned to face you once more. Are y'all flirting? I can't tell. What's going on with y'all? What's going on? Sorry about that, Minty. Here I was, just trying to strike up a conversation with you, and Cliff just had to butt in. I don't butt in. She eyed him, chuckling in disbelief. He wasn't exactly disproving her point with that. Kyra leaned over to whisper to you. It's okay. He likes to be included. But since Clifford insisted on cooking all by himself, he'll have to wait. The two of us can chat. Her next question continued to be said in a hushed tone, just to be safe.
So?
How are you doing? Things are okay. To her credit, Kyra wasn't too fazed by your lackluster response. Let's see if we can turn that okay to great by tonight, huh? She opened her mouth to say something more, but some lightly pounding footsteps caught your attention. You checked to see Cove emerge from the hall a few moments later. He might have heard all the commotion and left his room to see what was going on. He quickly took stock of the situation. His cheeks turned pink at the sight of you standing in his living room, and his hand came up to rub his arm almost bashfully. Have we never been in his house before? Like, for real? Minty, you made it. Thanks for coming. Cove's voice was unnaturally loud, as if he thought you wouldn't be able to hear him from where you were, only a few feet away. Hi, Cove. You doing okay? Yeah, I'm fine. He didn't sound convincing at all. You narrowed your eyes suspiciously, but didn't call him out on it. If you could talk to him alone tonight, maybe you would ask him what was going on then. It was when you glanced away from Cove that you spotted his parents watching the two of you interact. Cove noticed their stares too, meeting them with narrowed eyes. Are we having dinner now? Not yet, bud. I'm still cooking. Alright, I'm gonna go back to my room. As he turned to leave, he bent his head to the side to face you. You coming? The question was quiet, but you heard it clearly. You smiled, pleased that he asked, and nodded in the affirmative. Cove turned fully and made his way down the hall. Have fun, you two! Okay. We'll call you when food's ready to go. With that, you followed after Cove. The two of you made your way down the hall. Oh, okay. Oh, I don't know. I think it'd be fun if it was the first time. Although it seems kind of unrealistic, but maybe we just don't go to his house really because he tries to get away from his dad. That sounds bad. I think him and his dad are doing better now, but we'll say it's the first time. Why not? Cove got to the door first, opening it and stepping aside. You joined him. A fish tank. Oh, he likes fishies. Look, he's got a little fish poster. And the seashells. Oh, beautiful, adorable. Love it. Great room. There was a mat on the floor in front of the door. As you stepped over the threshold into his room, you felt the crunch of sand beneath your feet. Oh, Cove. You glanced down. Sand was clustered around the entrance. You even spotted smaller amounts of it dusting the rest of the room's floor. Though you hadn't anticipated it, you weren't surprised at the sight. Of course, Beach Boy Cove Holden would get his room all sandy. So, this is my room. Cove was a bit shy as he said so, fidgeting with the hem of his shirt using one hand and vaguely gesturing to the space with the other. Ew, what do you mean, ew? There's stuff you can sit on if you want. Alright, cool. You looked over at the desk chair as an option. When you turned back, Cove was already sitting on the edge of his large bed. Are you trying to make your own beach with all this sand? Oh god, I don't know. I mean, fair, but he do be loving the beach, so apparently he doesn't mind, you know? I'm sure if he minded, he would clean it up, you know? So he's living his best life. Good for him. Oh god, I don't know. The beach comment is cute and playful. Listen, let him live his life, okay, Gabu? Let him live his life. He ain't hurting no one. I'll do. Are you trying to make your own beach?
Not really.
Gabu, you cannot tell someone their life is wrong. How dare you? Come on. He's been through it, okay? Let him have his sand in his bedroom, okay? But it'd be cool if I could, though. You cannot help recalling a long time ago, Cove explaining his childhood dream home would be something located right on the shore of a beach. Automod said nope. Oh, Automod is so interesting with the things it decides to catch. I mean, yeah, but you know what? If he wants to have a sandy ass, he can have a sandy ass, okay? Let him live. Maybe that idle thought still held an appeal for him. It made you smile to think about it. I mean, we don't have to be weird. It's not that weird to sit next to him. Like, don't make it awkward. Come on. As soon as you sat next to him, Cove grew tense. His back went stiff and he ducked his head away. Cove, come on.
Come on, we're just sitting next to each other. Relax.
He tried to hide a trembling smile.
What is it? Oh my god! And the way you said it was so funny. Bro, calm down. We're just sitting next to each other. He said it under his breath as if he didn't want you to hear. Well, I definitely did.
You obviously did, and easily, since you were right beside him. I felt charmed. I don't know about that. We'll chuckle. He raised his eyebrows. He kept noticing the others' every move. I don't know. I don't think the first two, for sure. But even the third one is a little too, I don't know. We'll just say he's adorable. I don't know.
What?
Yeah. Clearly he hadn't expected the compliment. Somehow his flush grew worse, spreading all the way down his neck. He fumbled for words. Okay, we're really putting this man through it. He's losing it. He gripped the blanket underneath him and searched for something more to say. Did you see my fish? I've got some. In a tank right there. Cove threw both hands in front of him to direct your eyes toward his pets. He was trying pretty poorly to change the topic. That much was clear. You decided to show him mercy and allowed it. You started to watch the bright fish swim. There were a bunch of them, floating to and fro in the open space. They stood out starkly against the green aquarium plants. Oh, yeah. How long have you had those fish?
Yes.
My dad bought them for me not very long after I moved here. I guess it's been years now. Wow, that's a long time. He peered carefully into the tank. The fish looked to be doing well. You must take good care of them. Most of them were small, but there was one especially big one. What are their names? I don't name them. Well, not really. He lifted an eyebrow at that. He continued the explanations sheepishly. Mostly, I just call them things based on what they look like. Squirt for a small one, tangerine for a really orange one. That sort of thing. I've had a lot of fish and I'm not that good at coming up with names. I found that funny. Who knew that was a weakness of his? It was an entertaining revelation. Oh, a couple of them have other types of names. He pointed to a small orangish red fish. It was minding its own business away from the others. My dad named her Dreamcatcher, and that other one's Mark. Mom came up with that one. Cove smiled to himself, his eyes reflecting the glow from the tank. You let other people name your fish?
It's nice.
He then turned to you, tilting his head to the side. There was a considering look on his face. Do you want to name one? Can I? His smile grew a little at your interest. Sure. There's a few who don't have names right now, the newer ones. You can pick which one you want to name. Nola, I think you might want to leave the vicinity. That doesn't sound good. Not to freak you out, but that doesn't sound good. I don't know. I'd maybe leave the premises. You feel me? Evacuate, you know, just kind of pack it up. Get out of there. Even worse. I am only going to emphasize now, pack it up, get out of there. Oh god. He pointed each of the recent acquisitions out to you. The first was the smallest fish in the tank. It was completely orange and zipped all over the place, running laps around the others. The second was slightly bigger and red. Its tail was dotted with black spots, which almost resembled freckles. The last fish was the biggest one. Its multicolored scales rippled under the bright light of the tank as it slowly made its way across the vast expanse. Oh, well, you know how I feel about multicolored things, y'all.
Oh my gosh, Nola, you better be messing with me.
You went with the biggest fish. Cove only nodded at your answer, waiting on you to decide on a suitable name. You watched the fish you chose closely. As you did, a name eventually came to you. Ooh, I can type in my own answer? But Sunbeam is kind of cute. Frank is also a classic, you know? We could type our own.
Oh dear.
You know, just mind your own business, Nola. It'll be okay. Just continue minding your business.
Gil's the name of money? Is it really?
I want it to be something like rainbow related. Ah, I see.
Hide in the closet.
Sounds like a solid idea, Nola.
All right, Nola. You stay safe, brother.
Oh! Maybe, I know. Well, I know. We'll name it...
Bubble.
We'll name it Prism. Prism! There we go! You're all good. Here, I'll give you a real quick explanation, okay? Okay, wait, were you there for like the beginning ones, or is this like the really beginning for you? Well, either way, this is our bestie Cove. We have a crush on each other, but we're really dancing around the subject, okay? For some reason, he invited me to his house for dinner with his parents, and I don't know what that's about. I'm a little nervous, to be honest. And we've been friends since we were kids. He moved to town. He was really sad. His arm was broken. You know, we became friends and we had some adventures together. It was cute. Hey, you shut your mouth. He is not a jerk. Sounds like a proposal, but we're like 13.
But we're children.
He can't possibly be proposing to me now.
Everybody is very confused on the ages.
We're either 13 or 15. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure we're 13 though. We're young. I know, he does look older. He does. He does. You know, but we're like 13. I don't know. It is what it is. Anyway, we became besties. And we're just slowly, you know, becoming closer. Our relationship is developing. But, you know, yeah, I don't know. I don't know why he invited us over to this dinner. I'm a little nervous. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. What is it for? I don't know. Surely nothing bad. He looks pretty relaxed, at least.
I just burped. I don't know if you could hear that. It was like a gasp that turned into a burp. Oh, good lord. Okay. All right, anyway. Okay, it's Prism. Anyway, we named a fish in his tank. We're chilling in his room while waiting for dinner to be done. I just named his rainbow fish Prism. With that, his attention moved from you to the tank. He peered fondly at it and its inhabitants. His parents are aware of this. His mom winked at me as we went back to his room and said, "Have fun." I mean, it's not like that, but yeah, they're aware. And notice the door's closed. They really don't give a fuck. They don't care. Maybe they just know we're so pure and cute, you know? Like, goddamn, we can't even say we like each other. Ain't nothing gonna happen. We're children. You know? We can't even confess. Though, last time we played Hangman, and he did make the Hangman, you are cute. So, we're getting somewhere. We're making progress, if you will. We're making progress. But yeah, the mom is a little sus. She really said, have fun. Okay? Yeah? Okay, anyway. He smiled proudly at Prism as it swam through the tendrils of the plants, disappearing, then reappearing soon after. You noticed then that Cove was sitting closer to you than he was before. He must have scooted over at some point during the conversation. Well, where's all this bravery coming from now? When I first sat next to you, went, oh my god. Now you're feeling brave? Okay. All right. Sir. This close, your shoulders were almost brushing against each other. Your heartbeat picked up a little at the realization. You know, I'm not allowed to have pets in my house, not even fish. The corners of Cove's lips turned down at that. That doesn't sound fair. It's not like fish would make a mess of your house or anything. You just gotta take care of their tank and feed them and they'll be okay. Right, my mom can be strict over the weirdest things sometimes. Ugh. They trust Elizabeth and me to go around the neighborhood alone, but they won't let us have a pet? Doesn't make sense. Maybe when you're even older, they'll let you? I don't know, they seem pretty against it. Your current conversation brought to mind a memory from years ago. You launched into it without any warning, earning you a brief, confused look from Cove. One time, Elizabeth, came back from playing at the beach and just shut herself in her room. She only came down for food, and then she ran back upstairs straight after. It was kind of weird. My moms didn't think much of it at first, though. But then that night, Mom went to her room to say goodnight and started screaming. Mom and I ran over to see what happened. Lizzie had this huge lizard in her arms. Cove's eyebrows rose at that, and he leaned forward in interest. Where'd that come from? Elizabeth said she saw it half buried in the sand and didn't know what it was. Then she pulled it out and got the answer, so she brought it home. She hid the lizard in her room for most of the day because she wanted to keep it. Mom and Ma were not happy. They worried about putting it out during night, but she was going to have to let it go in the morning. Lizzie was really upset. She did bring it back to the beach eventually, but she wouldn't talk to anyone for days. When she did get over it, it was almost like it never happened. You laughed, thinking back to that time. Elizabeth had always been stubborn, but when she was younger, she forgot grudges quickly. Now it wasn't so easy. Cove had been quiet for most of the story, apart from the reveal of the lizard. He had a thoughtful look on his face. Can't even imagine what it'd be like to have a sibling. He gave serious thought to his statement before you told him. It's a nice idea in general, but my sister is Elizabeth. Damn. There are ups and downs. It's fun to have her there when she wants to be there, but now Elizabeth barely feels like hanging out with me. Cove pursed his lips at the words, considering them quietly for a while.
Cool.
That's interesting. I think your family's cool. He didn't have much else to say. Though, while on the topic of your family, you considered your relationship with your moms too. They're the absolute best, for sure. You couldn't even consider having another opinion. You couldn't have better parents. Well, say what you want about them, but at least your moms never tried to pay someone to be your friend. The thought prompted you to look over at Cove. He probably still didn't know that happened. You doubted that Mr. Holden mentioned it, and you never had. You wondered if you should tell him. It was a long time ago, but you were keeping a secret from Cove. Oh god. Might be a bad time though. We're about to have dinner with his parents. What if it really pisses him off and ruins the dinner? I mean,
We've kept the secret for this long. What's a little bit longer? It's a bad time. You could bring it up some other day when the moment was right. I don't think there's any like bad ending or anything in this game. It's pretty like lighthearted and wholesome. So I don't think anything like bad would happen necessarily, but I don't know, he might be upset about it. And I don't want to make him upset right now. I want to have a nice evening. We'll talk about it another time. It's fine. Time passed, but you didn't really notice. The two of you were busy, making plans for the rest of the summer and chatting about your respective days. Eventually, you heard a muffled holler from a different part of the house. You and Cove raised your heads in unison.
Oh.
It's time for dinner. Cove watched the firmly shut door he had been locked behind for most of the night, but he didn't make a move to get up from the bed. You couldn't see his face, so you didn't know what expression he was wearing. I'm glad you came. Cove peeked back at you from the side. It's been awkward. I get that. It's been hard on you, huh? Oh yeah, and his parents are divorced, by the way. I forgot to mention that. His parents are divorced. Whenever he moved here, he moved with his dad. His mom is currently visiting and like on a vacation or something. But they were being weirdly flirty earlier. So I don't know. But anyway, so I think that's why he feels like really awkward because his mom's like staying there and it's just weird. Yeah. I feel you. Well, I don't know, because like I said, just a little bit ago, they were being kind of weirdly flirty. Or maybe not flirty, but they were definitely like getting along better than it seemed like at first. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't know. You felt sympathetic towards him. You didn't know what he was going through, but you cared about him. Cove said nothing else and remained sat where he was. Now would be good as any time to ask him why his parents so suddenly wanted you to come over. Yeah, let's ask. It hasn't been awkward for just me. Sometimes it gets like this when no one else is around. But now you're here. Huh. You hadn't considered that, but it sort of made sense, in a way. There was another shout from outside, too muffled to actually know the words, but you can imagine what they were. Let's go. Cove finally got up, lumbering away with his shoulders sagged. You followed after him. Together, the two of you made your way back to the living room. As you expected, Cove's parents were politely waiting for you at the kitchen table, beside the windows overlooking the back of the house. Food had been prepared and set. Welcome back, Nola. Welcome back. I'm glad you're safe. Mr. Holden beamed as you and Cove took your places. Hope everyone's hungry. I cooked up a feast. Another mommy. She is really pretty. She's really pretty. They're divorced. She is single and ready to mingle, I think. You know, so he comes that way. Yeah, he comes that way. I did pick his hairstyle. There was only two options. They're both very similar. But yeah, the color it is what it is. I personally love it. Though I don't know how her hair is like neon green and his is more of like an oceany green, but it's fine. Maybe that's what happens when you mix the green and the I don't think that's how the color combination works, but that's what we're gonna say. That's what we're gonna go with. Yeah, he do be having good genes for sure. What is this game about? It's just like a cute, like, I don't know, I guess it's like growing up with your bestie and just, you know, going through life. But like, I know that you can choose to not like go the romantic route in this game and just like stay like friends. But we're going for the romance. I mean, come on. What? No! Oh, good lord. Cove's mumbled response wasn't nearly as upbeat as theirs. His parents didn't notice, or they pretended not to. Mr. Holden instead looked at you, grinning.
Thanks.
Let's all just take a moment to thank our special guest for being with us here tonight.
I'm so glad you were able to make it, Minty. And on such such short notice too. God damn it. Oh god. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm happy to be here. My besties didn't look that hot. I mean, damn. Actually, I have hot besties. Had and still have, but you know, whatever. We can't all live my life. It's fine. I'm happy to be here. Thank you both for inviting me.
All right.
Well, that. Hello? Excuse you? Sorry in advance? No, that is sorry after. It's sorry in delay. What you mean advance? What the hell? It's not in advance if you say it afterward, Nola. The fuck? Listen, I'm gonna eat a freaking York now. I'm stress eating. I'm stress eating because of you. Hope you're happy. I don't know words. Oh, what a mood. What a mood. No, it's gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Well, that's it. Everyone, please, dig in. You can help yourselves to the food. What kind of food we have, though? That's what I want to know. Upon his encouragement, you looked over the meal spread out in front of you. Ooh! Supermodel food. What's supermodel food? What do the supermodels eat? A salad and water. I mean, okay, but if the salad has a hard-boiled egg, then it's bussin'. Don't worry, Nola. You'll get your mint monies back in no time. It is rough out here. Just plain lettuce? Well, shit. Hey, look, it really is a salad! There is a large green salad in the center, surrounded by a variety of Mexican dishes. There were a lot of sides and optional sauces to add. Ooh! I also like mints. I do. I mean, I don't know why. They really have no relation to me, you know, but I just do. I like mints. They're good. They're the best. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can work with, yeah, I like it. You loved Mexican food, and there were so many dishes to choose from. You were practically drooling. Oh, I am drooling. Let's make that clear. Utensils and plates scraped and clinked together as the group began filling their plates. Cliff, could you pass the salsa verde? Ayo, let's go. Represent. Course. Thank you. Let me just say, you really outdid yourself tonight. I'm so jealous. Jealous? Of what? Your cooking's nothing to sneeze at, Kyra. Cove's parents made small talk, filling the silence with what seemed to be barely any effort. Okay, I really want to know what's going on between you two. Before you were so weird around each other, now you're like, ew. What's happening? You chimed in as well. Did it take you a long time to cook all this, Mr. Holden? Oh, not at all. Sure, this is more than I usually make for me and Cove, but I enjoyed every second of it. Might have gone faster if you had some help, though. Cove's mom grumbled, but it was lighthearted. Mr. Holden chuckled and shook his head. Not this again. I make the rules here, and I say guests don't cook. Even when they're staying for literal weeks?
Come on.
Even then. Everything looks great, Dad, as always. Thanks, sport. Glad you think so. Okay, listen, Mr. Holden really do be like... He do be fine, though. Okay? He do be fine. Okay, I don't know that they're murderers, but they are definitely... Something is up here. Something is going on, and I don't know what it is. Cove smiled. It was genuine, even if it was strained at the corners. Brief silences interspersed the small talk. You piled some food on your plate. Ah! Okay. waiting for your turn if someone was serving themselves a dish that you had on your eye on. Once the food had been divided and things settled down, Kove's parents started talking again. Oh, here we go. Let me hold on to something. Now then. You sat up in your seat when they noticed they were both looking at you.
How's it going?
How has everything been over at your house? Are your moms well? You keeping busy this summer? Or maybe you're just trying to take it easy during the break. Okay, that's a lot of questions all at once. Okay, there's a lot of questions. Yeah, I am overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed. That's like 4 major questions all in rapid fire. Hey, I will absolutely be missed. And don't worry, I have my If I Go Missing file, so people know how to find me. If you don't have a If I Go Missing file, you should make one. You should make one. Always good to have one. You never know. Could save your life. Ooh, vacation? Where? You're blindsided by them. Your mind blank. Then again, this was Mr. Holden. Maybe you should have expected this. Probably. I probably should have. I'll say how things are at my house. It's been good.
Fantastic.
That's wonderful. I'll tell them how my moms are doing. Moms are great. All good. Mom took us out for dinner a couple weeks ago since her project went really well. Is that so? I'll have to congratulate her when I see her. The things we're doing, Oh, you should know what I've been up to since so much has included your family. Bold. I don't think we're gonna say that. I think we'll just say I'm not sure where to start. There's so much that happened. Like, damn, that's a little too forward. I don't know if I can do it. No, I can't. Listen. That's a weird thing to say, okay? Like, why would you word it like that? No, I can't do it. No. There's just so much that happened. I can't. I'm not that bold, okay? Mr. Holden's brows raised when you answered with that. You sure are keeping yourself busy. I could learn a thing or two from you. And that was it. Kyra nodded along. You could tell she was actually listening to the words you were saying. She was trying to include you, not humor you. Did you know Cliff, Minty is really into the ocean? Mr. Holden's face lit up, and he stopped eating so he could lean forward. His arms braced against the table.
Nice work.
Oh, that's right. Very cool. It's just a hobby. There's nothing wrong with that. It's good to do things just for fun. Everybody needs a hobby. I've been thinking of picking up wood carving myself. You couldn't tell how serious he was being about that declaration. Thanks. Thanks. Kove's parents were definitely the encouraging type, but you could already tell that much about them. There was a lull in conversation as everyone focused their attention on their respective plates. You noted, not for the first time, that Kove's parents were the ones guiding the conversation. You wondered if you should break the silence this time. Yeah, we'll say something. Okay, maybe I can be bold. Maybe I can. I also like other things. Would you like to tell us more?
Yeah.
You look genuinely eager for you to keep talking, so you did. Oh, never mind. God damn it! I thought it was gonna be like, I like something else. Your son. Damn it. I thought I could be bold. I thought I could, but didn't let me. It's fine. It's fine. We'll get there. The rest of the dinner continued just like that, with light conversation as you ate your meals. Eventually, all the dishes on the kitchen table were pretty much gone. Kyra set down her fork and rested her arms at her sides, letting loose a satisfied sigh. Her plate was completely empty. So was there no like particular reason? You're just having me over for funsies? There's nothing else going on? I really thought there was gonna be something. That was delish. Thank you for your culinary creations, Cliff. Mr. Holden was like a flower soaking up the rays of the sun. He beamed, flattered by the praise. I ate way too much. You practically licked your plate clean. You were so full that you were afraid you might burst. Cove successfully kept his presence to a minimum for the full meal. He was slumped over, even now, toying with his silverware. His parents practically only talked to you. Most attempts to entice him to join the conversation failed. It wasn't typical for him to say so little. He at least tried to participate. You didn't get much time to contemplate Cove's situation because your attention was taken by Mr. Holden. Oh, here we go. Pointedly clearing his voice. Oh, never mind. Not to sound like a broken record, but thanks for coming, Minty. I'm glad we finally got the chance to have you over for a real dinner. You know? What do I know? What do I know? I do? What do I know? Did I hear that right? This is the first time Minty has ever had dinner here? Why in the world haven't you invited her over sooner? Cove was always the one going over to Minty's house until now. Exactly. I mean, how was I supposed to reject the generous offer of the Kirari family to host my kid? Kyra shook her head, but the amused smile she was sporting told you that she wasn't actually mad. This guy, honestly. Oh, Cove? Are you the one that's gonna say something? Hello? The three of you looked at Cove in unison, his small sound being more than enough to get the focus on him after his silence. By now, he'd stopped fiddling with his fork.
I mean...
Oh? Sleepover? Oh? I'm curious how they're gonna respond to this. I mean, we're like besties. We're kids! Let's see. Would it be alright for Minty to stay over? Like, for the night? Well, wait, were you gonna ask me if I want to stay over, Cove? I do, but... Can you at least ask?
FBI, open up!
Listen, and no, we're children! This is innocent and pure and cute, okay? It's pure! Gosh, get your mind out of the gutter. He shot you a shy glance then, smiling a little. Okay, here we go. If you're cool with that. Ah! Look at their face! They're like, oh? Mr. Holden's shoulders stiffened. He sat up straighter, eyes darting back and forth between you and Cove. His mouth opened, but not a peep came out. You'd never seen Cove's dad say no to him before, but this was different than the usual request. It wasn't so simple, and Mr. Holden was lost. Then Cove's mom reached out and took a hold of his shirt collar. Hello? She pulled him closer. Hello? She glanced at you before leaning in and bringing a hand up in front of their faces. The two adults whispered, oh, she says it's Mr. Holden. I don't know why I thought that was, she was doing that to Cove. Okay, I misunderstood. Okay, I misread. She glanced at you. Well, actually, I think I read it right out loud, but anyway, it's fine. She glanced at you before leaning in and bringing a hand up in front of their faces. The two adults whispered seriously to each other. Cove's eyes opened wider. He leaned forward as if that would help him overhear his parents' conversation. Okay, it's not just me. Mr. Holden kept gesturing with his hands, while Kyra made sure he didn't get too far away with all his movements. Every now and then, both of them would watch you and Cove out of the corner of their eyes. Damn, they're having a heated debate out here. It didn't seem like they were fighting to you. They looked more like some kind of tiny sports team having a private huddle. After a bit, they broke the group up. They moved back to sit properly in their chairs. You snuck a look at Cove. He stared at them expectantly. Little do they know Cove has stayed the night in my room. Nobody knows that. We were sneaky. You were eager to hear their verdict too. We, Kyra and I, think that should be fine. But
He lifted a finger dramatically, his brow raising as he met Cove's gaze and then your own. We'll have to talk with Minty's parents to make sure they'd be comfortable with it. True. That's important. If they are, we can arrange for a sleepover to happen on a different night when everyone's more prepared. If Minty's folks don't like the idea, there's nothing we can do. He finished the mini speech with a wide shrug using his full arms. He also checked out Kyra from the corner of his eye and gave her a crooked smile. She nodded approvingly and grinned back. You thought you saw her give him a thumbs up, but her hand was partially blocked by the table. They looked so pleased with themselves over the answer, but they just passed the actual decision on whether it was all right or not to someone else, namely your parents. I don't know how my parents are gonna feel. I don't know, because they know I like Cove. I have openly told them I like him. If this was a sports game, they would have punted the ball away. Cove hung his head, deflated. He had been hoping you could stay over today, not some hypothetical time in the future. I'll sneak the phone into my room tonight? You can. Oh, I should do that. I shouldn't, because then what if we get caught? Then I'll give him a reason to be like, no. We gotta be honest. I'll pout with him. You and Cove and you sulked as a set, neither able to muster the enthusiasm to find a bright side in this disappointment. He stared at his lap, an impressive frown on his lips. With that, dinner finally came to an end. Mr. Holden stood up from the table and began collecting empty plates. Cove was asked to help out, which he did with little fuss. Kyra tried to lend a hand as well. However, Mr. Holden didn't let her. It seemed she was barred from cleaning as well as cooking. You weren't allowed to chip in either, since you were there as the declared guest of honor. Turning my space heater off. It's getting hot in here. Although the meal was over, the night wasn't. It looked like you weren't going home just yet after all. You were asked to wait on the couch. While Cove and his dad were cleaning up the mess, Kyra disappeared down the hall after shooting you a wink. Well, what now? It was a bit strange sitting by yourself while everyone else had something to do. Luckily, you weren't alone for too long. After a couple minutes, Cove's mom returned with a deck of cards in hand. Ayo? She strolled into the room confidently while shuffling. So, who's up for a few rounds? We gonna play bullshit? Cove and his dad looked over their shoulders at the question. They were mutually intrigued by the cards in her hands. She beamed at their expressions and stepped further into the living room. Ignoring the couches, she sat cross-legged on the floor by the coffee table. She turned to you and gestured at the space beside her, smiling invitingly. You accepted and followed her lead. The living room carpet was soft, though the hardwood floor underneath could definitely still be felt. Kyra did an overhand shuffle while she waited for the others to finish their tasks. The smile had yet to leave her lips.
Great.
This is going to be good. Okay. I'm excited, yeah. You enjoyed card games, and it would be fun to play with Cove and his parents. It didn't take much longer for Cove and his dad to wrap things enough to call it good. Cove's dad appeared first, following closely behind by Cove. Oh my god, I cannot read. Followed closely behind by Cove. Mr. Holden rubbed his hands together in anticipation. All right, I'm ready. As he took a seat across from you on the floor, you noticed that Cove hadn't joined him. He went straight down the hall instead, without even a word. You stared on confused as he disappeared through his bedroom door. Cove's parents didn't look concerned at the stunt. Kyra nonchalantly split the deck of cards into two and riffled the halves together while offering an explanation of sorts. Cove doesn't keep his wallet with him when at home. He puts it away. Wallet? Are we betting? Cove quickly returned to the living room. Huh? A black wallet in his hand. Are we betting? We gambling out here? We're like 13. No, this is sus. This is sus. He took a place at the foot of the table with the rest of you. You blinked as Cove unzipped his wallet. You all use real money on card games with family? While you sat there, your hands idle in your lap, the three shot looks at one another and sized each other up.
That's right, $5 per round per person. Winner takes all. Go big or go home. Okay. Oh, are you planning on kicking Minty to the curb? Or do you intend on donating to the Guest of Honor's pot, Mr. High Roller? Mr. Holden narrowed his eyes and leaned back against the side of the couch, completely at ease. This is wild. What is going on? If Minty wants to play, I'll fund her way in. Don't you worry about that. He rested an arm across the table, or, oh my god, I'm like making up words. He rested an arm across the top of a knee that he propped up. Cove's dad was acting slick in a way you'd never seen before. Oh, he's confident. I don't know. This is such a weird situation. I guess I'll joke that he shouldn't be so confident? I don't know. Are you sure? Adding me could be spelling your doom. Right you are, Minty. I hope you can back up that attitude. You know I can, Kyra. Well, you've got your ticket. Interested in throwing it in? You glanced around. This seemed like serious business. In response to your consternation, Kyra softened her competitive smile. Don't worry too much. We'll probably just do some rounds of Go Fish tonight. No biggie. Oh, okay.
Do you mind?
We're betting on Go Fish? What do you think? Yeah, I'll join, whatever. I'd love to play. Mr. Holden gave you a big thumbs up, while Cove nodded firmly back. High stakes Go Fish, I mean, truly. I left it all to luck. Is Lady Luck on my side tonight? We'll find out. Card games are mostly about chance after all. Fantastic. We'll play for however long everyone wants to keep going, or until people start running out of cash, but are still refusing to quit while they're behind. Speak for yourself, I see. Or speak, oh my god, I am like, why can't I read? Speaking for yourself, I see. With a laugh, Kyra nudged you using an elbow, then motioned towards the other two with her chin. Don't be fooled by their soft faces. These boys are sharks. Oh? Hello? I'm scared. In reaction to her words, Mr. Holden smirked, and Cove's eyebrows became more angled. Oh? Oh, look, he's got his game face on. Kyra's phrasing made you think back to when you were young. Specifically, of Mr. Holden's favorite shark pants that he used to wear all the time. Perhaps they had been a fit for him in ways you didn't know of. You could feel tension in the air. Cove and his parents glued their eyes to one another, then all placed $5 bills in an empty space in front of them. Cove dropped an extra one for you, giving you a tiny smile after he did. Once this was done, Kyra began dealing out cards to everybody. It was time to begin. The first round came and went quickly, with the group getting into the groove of things. You lost, which meant you didn't have any money to add to the pot for another game.
Very cute.
Hey, I'll vouch for you this next round, Minty. How generous, even though you lost your own bet already. Kyra stuck her finger in Mr. Holden's chest. In it? Dang, she done pierced him? So did you, hotshot. Ooh, so Cove won. Let's go. That's my man. I mean, truly. What the fuck? Cove had been the one to claim the prize this time. He was quietly pleased with themselves while his parents jokingly ragged on each other. Kyra wasn't lying. The boys were sharks.
It's okay.
I'll pay for it. Pass out another round. Oh, Cove, you're so cool. Wow. Fine. They answered in unison and got their heads back in the game. As the night went on, so did the games. Mr. Holden would jokingly shake his fist whenever someone other than him got a pair. Kyra acted as a news anchor, reporting on every move everyone made by speaking into her curled fist. Okay, listen, this family is weird, but usually not this weird, okay? They're being odd tonight. I don't know if I want to come back for dinner again. I liked it better when Cove came to my house for dinner. Cove was still a few words, but now it was because he was focused on the game instead of being overcome with awkwardness. Most of the time, you even spotted a smile on his lips. Goodness. You didn't win many of the games, but the others always chipped in for you. In fact, it was always a bit of a fight over who got to be your backer. It became clear that where the money went in the moment didn't really matter. They ended up giving it back to one another in other ways, and not just through more rounds of cards. You sat back, looking over the scene. A tiny smile grew on your face. Cove's family was pretty cool, you thought. That's one way to think of it. You were glad you got this chance to come over to spend time with the three of them. Oh, and that's it, is it? Okay. Interesting. That was an interesting dinner party. Okay. We're gonna go to Wave and then road trip, but I think we're only gonna be able to do Wave tonight, so I guess we're gonna save the best for next stream. So, the family shopping trip had lasted most of the morning, and you still had to unload everything from the trunk before you could go enjoy the afternoon.
Emotional damage!
Some kind of damage, I don't know what. That was weird. That was a weird night. It was not at all what I expected, but all things considered, I guess, I thought it was gonna be something bad, like bad news or something, so I'm okay with this, I guess. You cradled another bag in your arms as you headed towards your house. It was one of the heavier bags from the grocery store, loaded with fresh apples, ripe tomatoes, a bunch of carrots, and even half a watermelon. Ma came out to the front door and paused just ahead of you.
No trouble.
Need any help with that, Minty? I can bring it the rest of the way if you want me to. I got it. I'm doing good. Even if it was large, it wasn't really any problem for you. Ma gave you an encouraging grin and rustled her fingers through your white hair. You set the next bag on the counter. Your older sister began to root around inside of the contents with a sigh. How much is left? Still a few more bags. With a huff and puff, Elizabeth continued putting away the groceries, and you retreated out of the kitchen before you could become the target of her bad mood.
Be careful.
Huh? Careful, Minty! You hadn't been looking where you were going and bumped right into Mom, almost stepping on her toes to boot. Sorry! I can give you a pass this time, but be sure to watch where you're going. If you run into the wrong person, you might get your license revoked. She grinned at the bad joke as you continued through the door. Outside, Ma had started organizing what remained and putting back any loose objects that had fallen out during the trip. When you stepped up to the trunk beside her, she took in a big breath of air, her dress gently swaying around in the breeze.
Shame.
It's a shame we had to spend the morning cooped up in that shopping center. It's a beautiful day, don't you think? You tilted your head to the sky, gazing at the clear blue expanse. Yeah, it is. You closed your eyes and enjoyed the way the sun warmed your face for a few moments before turning back to help Ma with the groceries. Oh, hi, Cove. Oh. You noticed Mom wave over at Cove, who had just exited his front door, his surfboard propped up under one arm. Let me see. Surfboard and a wetsuit. Where might you be off to on this beautiful day? Cove instantly startled, not having realized your family was also out here. Even though your mom was the one who called out, you were the one he looked at. Stop, don't perceive me. Is it time to fall in love, but not do that? Huh? What you mean? What you mean? Kiss, kiss, fall in love! He tried to settle down again. He jogged across the pavement to properly say hello to you and your parents. It was decidedly awkward since Cove had trouble figuring out how close to stand to you. The addition of his unwieldy surfboard made the whole thing seem even clumsier. I almost said good morning, Jaguar. Oh my god, am I okay? Like, what? I can't read? I can't talk?
I almost said good morning. Like, what? I need help. I think something's wrong. Something's wrong. Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know the reference. I don't know. But yeah, you got someone who does. So there you go. There you go. The visual noveling is going good, except I can't read, which is a bit unfortunate because that's kind of a really big part of it. You have to be old like me. Oh, don't worry. I'm old, but uncultured, I suppose, is really the issue here. Careful with that thing. You'll put someone's eye out. Mom chuckled and got a whispered reproach from Ma for it.
Him.
Go easy on him. Cove winced. Sorry, Miss Karari. Don't mind her, honey. It's a beautiful day for surfing. I haven't been out on the waves in a long time. I'm jealous. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a few good waves before it gets dark. The Nya redeem. Oh. I guess I can do that. Maybe it will, you know? Maybe it will help. Let's do it. Hi, Cove, Nya. He had relaxed a lot when Ma spoke to him, but the rigidity. Came back as soon as you said something, yeah? It didn't work, yeah. Hi, Minty, yeah? There is not a Wom Wom redeem, yeah, but there is a Bork Bork. There is a Bork Bork redeem, yeah. Cove managed to grin, and it almost felt like you had butterflies in your stomach, yeah. Do you want to come hang out later, yeah? You noticed the flush of red on his cheeks, but that might have just been from the heat, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'll meet you there when we're done, yeah. Cool, yeah. When he spoke again, he tried to contain some of the excitement that was clearly ready to burst, yeah. Oh my god, calm down, yeah. It'll be fun, yeah. You're not done unloading, right? Can I help, yeah? Oh, he said, we gon' speed this up so you can come with me right away, yeah. Oh my god, stop. You're not unloading. Oh, yeah. Okay. No, this is our job. You go enjoy the beach, yeah? See, but he wants me to come with him, yeah? He wants me to come with him so he can enjoy the beach more, yeah? You see? Minty can catch up as soon as she's finished here, yeah? Alright, I'll see you, yeah? Yeah, bye for now, yeah? Cove headed on down to the, I think I just need to slow down. On down to the beach with more skip in his step than normal. It was really cute, yeah? You smiled softly to yourself at the thought that you'd be joining him soon, yeah? He sure seemed to perk up after you agreed to meet him there, yeah? I wonder why that could be, yeah? Oh, I don't know. Why could that be, Mommy, yeah? Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Mommy? Sorry. Yeah. Ma, yeah. Now who's giving him a hard time, Lonnie? Yeah?
Josh.
It's different, yeah? Mom's face broke into an incredulous grin, yeah? In what way, yeah? I'm being supportive, yeah? And he can't hear it, yeah? Mom full-on laughed that time, yeah? You're the worst of us when it comes to this, honestly, yeah? I keep trying to warn people, but they won't listen, yeah? I only want to help, yeah? I think it's fair to say he might need it, yeah? Oh! Meddler, but you have a point, yeah? Right, yeah? You narrowed your eyes at their teasing, and they simply chuckled conspiratorially. Before taking more bags from the trunk and heading inside, yeah? Well, I don't even know which one it was, but let's go. I'm making it worth your money. Once everything had finally been taken in and put away, you got yourself ready to meet Cove at the beach, yeah? I gotta make myself look good, yeah? You had a surfboard in your room, no. I don't think about
I don't think I got that. I don't know that I really know how to surf. Oh, yeah. I don't know how, yeah. Maybe he can teach me, yeah. Ooh. She said the same thing, or oh my god, you said the same thing to your parents, and while Ma laughed a little, Mom gave you a smile.
Well,
You'll just have to go there and see what happens, Nya. Cove must have been so excited to invite you there that he forgot you don't surf, Nya. Or he's hoping you'll go watch him so he can show off, Nya. Oh yes, I used to do that, Nya. I know, hun, Nya. I experienced Minty's situation firsthand. I was stuck on the shore too, Nya. You noticed what I was doing, Nya? Yes, after the very first time. It's not a subtle move, Nya. How embarrassing, Nya. I was still impressed, Nya.
aw.
Thank you, Nya. Wow, Ma. Nya. Hey, what are you still doing here? Go on, have your fun, Nya. You're only young once, but don't do anything I wouldn't have, Nya. Okay, Nya. At your parents' prodding, you hurried to leave the house and head down to the beach, Nya. When you arrived at the shore, you were greeted by the crash of waves and the soft call of seagulls, Nya. You took in a lungful of the ocean air and felt your peachy skin warm in the sun, Nya. Oh, it's over. And scene. You noticed a small setup nearby with a towel, some sunscreen, and a bottle of water. It must be Cove's. You spotted Cove himself nearby. He hadn't gone out to sea yet. He was just sitting in the sand at the water's edge, his board propped up beside him. You strolled up beside him. Hey, I'm here. Minty. He looked up at you with a smile and quickly hopped to his feet. I was wondering if you were still coming. Oh, I wouldn't have missed it. He chuckled shyly at your insistence. Okay. Then he cast his eyes towards the waves. Let me say this, because then maybe it opens it up for him to be like, I'll teach you, you know? I'm gonna keep the option open. Beach episode, break out the watermelon and mallet. Yes, let's go. What am I supposed to do? Oh, wait, oh God. Don't take it the wrong way, no. No! He looked pretty embarrassed to have that laid out so plainly. I don't have to go out. I'll stay with you on shore. I almost nya'd. I'm like, my brain is now in nya mode. No, hold on a sec. Sorry, I'll be right back, you guys. Give me just a second, I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to take care of something real quick. We are back. We are good. Okay. What was happening? Or if you oh, boy, stop. You better stop it right now. Or if you want, you could use one of my other boards. I could teach you. Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I owe you that much, right? I was the one who always promised to show you about surfing. True. He's offered that option to you for pretty much as long as you've known him. You were touched, he remembered. I'll try it. Let's try it. I don't think I'm gonna be good at it. I have terrible balance. But let's give it a go. I think it'd be fun. I'll do it. Let's surf. Cool. I want to try the things that he enjoys, you know. It was settled. Cove left up the shore and then returned with an extra board under his arm in no time at all. You paddled out into the sea to where the good waves were. Oh, the good waves? I need a baby wave, please. Maybe just like a ripple. The water was cool against your skin.
Nice.
Oh. Oh. I'm going to bed early. Good luck with the Toki Toki. Thank you, Jaguar. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Not too calm, but nothing crazy. Looks perfect today. He smiled at you, and you couldn't help but smile back. You felt totally content. Until Cove kicked the water a little too hard and it inadvertently splashed you. Hey! Sorry! The apology did not come across as especially repentant, as he was practically laughing when he said it. I splashed him back, obviously. You laughed but waited for an opening for revenge. The second he looked away, you kicked back, spraying him.
Seriously?
Is that some way to treat someone trying to help you? I came out here to teach you. It's just a splash. Don't be dramatic. God. And I was just following your example. Exactly. Have to call it. Have a wonderful rest of your stream. Thank you, Dr. Ixides. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you have a good night and a good day tomorrow. Have a good day. Sleep well. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Okay, Cove tried to keep a straight face but ended up looking away. The water you flicked at him landed in shiny droplets in his hair. Thank you. Then here's another lesson. He soaked you deliberately this time. He used his full leg and an impressive curtain of water hit you in the face. You lost your balance and scrambled to keep hold of the board. You just managed to stay on, but it was close. Cove winced. Yeah, see? Are you okay? That wasn't what I was trying to do. I'm fine, but we should do the real teaching. Yeah. He chuckled awkwardly and shook some water out of his ear. He's such a sweetie. He really is. With that, Cove started telling you all the tips and tricks of how to stay on a surfboard. He demonstrated both good and bad posture and explained where you needed to put your weight. Like this? You wiggled your body so that you were more in the center of your board. Cove nodded. Yep, just like that. The little lesson continued and... I struggled. I definitely struggled. Cove tried as best he could to help you improve. It was difficult for the both of you to work it out, though progress was made. Occasionally, he reached out and touched you to more directly help get positions right. It felt nice. But if you acknowledged you noticed his touch at all, he would instantly pull away. Since you weren't truly ready for it, Cove never pushed you to start taking on full waves, which meant he didn't either. Instead, he stuck by your side in calmer seas to assist with your practice. There was no disappointment on his face over how things played out. Oh, so cute. Even if you hadn't reached the point of doing any real, serious surfing yet, it was still a lot of fun. Many laughs were shared between the two of you. What an afternoon. The setting sun was visible on the horizon. Every time you would look away, it had sunk a little lower. The beach was darkening, but still pleasantly warm.
You knew you should get out of the water, but before it was completely dark in the sea. You rode one last wave to get back to the beach. There, you picked up your surfboard and gave it a quick once-over. Cove followed behind you to the shore. He put his board with his other things and grabbed his towel to start drying off. As he ruffled his hair with the towel, you watched the sunset together. The colors were beautiful in the distance, and the shadows around you deepened. There was no need for words between you two, as you both enjoyed the sight for a moment. Cove broke the silence. The waves were good today, I think. Yeah. Yeah. He nodded mildly. You chatted a little more until the conversation truly died out, and all you heard was the rhythmic sound of the waves. Then Cove sighed. The day can't be over. Not yet. He scowled into the distance as if the sun exiting the sky was a personal offense. Don't you think it should be longer?
Felt long enough to me. Oh my god.
Yeah. Agreed. Cove stood up straight in defiance of the approaching darkness. I'm not gonna go home yet. I want to go somewhere. I don't know. Cove was still dripping in salt water, so you weren't sure what the alternative was. Wetsuits were fine for the beach, not much else. It wasn't a good idea for him to lug a surfboard around town either.
Oh my god, we're not saying that.
Yeah, I want to do something too. Cove nodded with a smile. Then he looked down the shore with wide, shining eyes. There's at least one place that's always okay to hang out in, no matter what time it is. The park. You nodded. The park was virtually always empty. Even Elizabeth only went over there nowadays if she was looking for you. How times have changed. She used to be so protective of the place. In fact, the only person there was a chance of running into might be that Jeremy kid again. You brought up the idea to Cove and he cringed, but I'm still going. The sun is still there a little. I'm staying out as long as it is. Of course I'm tagging along. Let's go. Cove took a moment to put his stuff in order. He made sure to get it all, though he didn't take much care to shake the sand off.
Well, that's not a surprise to us, judging by his bedroom.
You dealt with your own things. Stuff it together. We gotta make the most use of the time, you know? I'm done, Cove. He rolled his eyes with a bent smile at the announcement. He led the way down the beach to the park. It wasn't far, so it didn't take you long at all. The sun still hadn't completely disappeared yet when you made your arrival. Cove stuck his surfboard upright in the sand and tossed his towel over top. By now, the two of you were mostly dry. The summer breeze on your skin kept you pleasantly warm. Hi, Maux. Hello, hello. Thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good day. Thanks for stopping by. By now, the two of you were mostly dry. The summer breeze on your skin kept you pleasantly warm. Cove idly went over to the monkey bars. He grabbed them, feet flat on the ground, and pretended to go across. He had definitely grown in the past few years. You had also outgrown the monkey bars. You were way too tall to play on them properly anymore. When he got to a bar in the middle, Cove pulled himself up and through, then sat on top of the bars. Dang, the upper body strength couldn't be me. His legs dangled off the side of the bar he perched on. I'll join him, but I'm gonna struggle. You didn't even have, oh, I guess they're really short. That's fine. You didn't even have to stretch to pull yourself up. It was a rather tall seat to clamber on, but it worked. Cove scooted over to give you more room to spread out. These monkey bars weren't made for two teens sitting on top of them. Guess what? He smiled broadly and raised an eyebrow. He's not here. Right. It was true. There wasn't a single sign of Jeremy. Looks like it was just going to be the two of you tonight. Cove hung his head and groaned dramatically. Your eyes widened when he whipped his head back up.
No way.
I can't believe how dumb my parents are for forcing me to come to this stupid place. You were taken aback and blinked for a second before you realized he was quoting Jeremy.
I'll just haha. Cove chuckled back at you, a mischievous glint in his eye. You look around. The old park, the streets you knew like the back of your hand, and the beach. These were your stomping grounds. You wondered how Cove actually felt. How much was his joke just a joke, and how much was sincere dislike of this place. Moving had never been his choice. I want to look back. I guess let the silence stretch? I don't know. He ended it. I don't blame Sunset Bird for my problems. You stared at him. Cove kicked his legs carelessly as they dangled. He smiled softly. I like it here. I really do. It's a nice place. He didn't hesitate. There was no uncertainty. That was his genuine opinion. You're the best thing in the neighborhood, Cove. Oh, I don't know if I can be that bold, though. I like it too. A contented feeling fell between the two of you. It didn't take long for the day to finally draw to a close. The sun was gone and it was dark. You chatted a while longer, but it was definitely winding down. I wish days were longer. I wish this day was longer. His feet kicked out. It made him look like a pouty child. Oh well. Cove sighed. It was time to go home. He hopped down from the monkey bars with a thump when his feet hit the ground. You clambered down the monkey bars yourself. You lowered yourself more slowly than Cove and barely made a sound when your feet reached the ground. Cove grabbed his surfboard and threw his towel around his neck. With his water bottle in hand, he was ready. You both began your trek up the road. It was a quiet night and you didn't run into anyone else. In what felt like no time at all, you had reached your street. As you walked, Cove smiled to himself. It was a soft expression and you couldn't help but wonder what put it there. Everything okay? I just remember when we were younger. It used to be such a big deal to come home after dark. You could indeed recall. If you got sandy, your parents would have something to say. If you got wet, your parents would have more to say. And if you came home after dark, well, your moms and his dad better have said it was okay beforehand. You used to need permission for everything. That small comment he made exposed just how much freedom you really had this summer. Cove looked up into the sky, a smile still on his face as the two of you walked side by side reminiscing. When you came to your houses, you turned to each other. Thanks for today, Minty. Thanks for the awesome day. Cove waved and you both turned around to your respective houses. This was a pleasant end to the outing, you thought. Oh, so cute. All right, I think we're gonna end here. I really want to do the last one, but I have stuff I need to do before bed tonight, so I think I'm gonna wrap up. But let's do a save real quick. All right, and go to the menu. And yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up here. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Tomorrow we will be playing Sandrock, so look forward to that. And you know, as always, y'all, hope you have a good rest of your night. Hope you have a good day tomorrow. Make sure to hydrate, make sure to eat something if you haven't already, and make sure to do something that will make you smile before bed. All right, you guys, and I will see you very, very, very soon in the next one. Bye bye.